first atomic bombs dropped from the sky like harbingers of a new world order, leaving an indelible mark on human history. But why did the United States unleash its most devastating weapon on Japan, while Germany, the original architect of the war's most heinous atrocities, was spared? The secret race against darkness. In the shadowy world of World War II, a terrifying scientific competition was unfolding. The Manhattan Project, a top-secret program involving the world's most brilliant minds, raced against time and the potential threat of Nazi Germany developing nuclear weapons first. Scientists like Robert Oppenheimer worked feverishly, knowing that whoever unlocked the atom's destructive potential would fundamentally alter the course of human conflict. The German misconception, ironically, the initial fear that drove the atomic bomb's development was the possibility of Nazi Germany creating such a weapon. American intelligence, haunted by reports of German scientific prowess, believed Hitler's regime was dangerously close to nuclear breakthrough. Yet, as the war progressed, it became clear that German nuclear research was far more fragmented and limited than initially feared. A brutal calculus of war. By 1945, the strategic landscape had dramatically shifted. Germany had surrendered in May, leaving Japan as the last major Axis power standing. The Pacific Theater was a brutal landscape of increasing American casualties, with each potential invasion of the Japanese mainland projected to cost hundreds of thousands of American lives. The psychological warfare President Harry Truman and his advisors faced an impossible decision. Traditional military invasion would mean unprecedented American and Japanese casualties. The atomic bombs represented a potential way to force Japan's surrender without a ground invasion, a clinical, if horrifically devastating, alternative. The geopolitical chessboard. The bombs were not just weapons of war, but powerful political instruments. As the Soviet Union rapidly expanded its influence in Europe, the United States sought to demonstrate its technological and military supremacy. Japan became the unfortunate proving ground for this new era of global power dynamics. A demonstration of power, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were more than military targets. They were living laboratories, showcasing the absolute destructive capability of nuclear technology. The message was clear. The United States possessed a weapon that could obliterate entire cities in moments, a psychological warfare tactic as potent as the physical destruction. The ethical quagmire. The decision to use atomic weapons remains one of the most controversial moments in military history. While some argue it saved millions of lives by preventing a prolonged invasion, others see it as an unconscionable act of mass destruction targeting civilian populations. Scientific triumph, moral complexity. The Manhattan Project scientists, many of whom were refugees from Nazi persecution, were acutely aware of the moral weight of their creation. Oppenheimer's famous quote, referencing the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," captures the profound existential crisis triggered by nuclear weaponry. A turning point in human history. The atomic bombings of Japan marked more than the end of World War II. They heralded a new era of global politics, where the threat of total annihilation became a constant backdrop to international relations. The Cold War's nuclear standoff was a direct descendant of those 2 August days in 1945. The unintended legacy. What began as a wartime strategy transformed into a complex global balance of terror. The bombs that fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki did more than end a war. They fundamentally restructured how humanity would think about conflict, survival, and our collective future. In the end, The decision to use atomic weapons on Japan was a convergence of scientific achievement, military strategy, political maneuvering, and the brutal calculus of human survival. It remains a testament to the extraordinary and terrifying capacities of human innovation.